Don't sell your house. Not yet. Not until you hear this. I've owned 15 properties in Hamilton, sold 6, and I regret selling every single one of them. Why? Because they're all worth significantly more money now. Every single one. And I'm not going to let you make the exact same mistake I did. I bought at the top, refinanced at the top, over leveraged myself on hype and momentum. I chased growth with no margin. And when the market shifted, it smacked me in the teeth. I don't want that to be you. So I'm going to show you what to do, what not to do, so you don't blow your equity, your peace of mind, or your future. The market in Hamilton right now, it's a bloodbath for dreamers, good for realists. We have the highest inventory in 10 years. Days on market sitting at around 32. But don't let that number fool you. Most homes never even make it there. They cancel, they expire, they drop the price, they drop it again, and then they give up. You don't want to be one of them. This is a psychological market, and panic sellers, they lose every single time. So here's the truth. If you're thinking about selling because you're scared, because of high interest rates, because we might be at the top or the market's going to fall out from underneath us, that's a bad reason. Fear is not a strategy. No intelligent person sells just for money. They sell to improve their life. So here's the question I need you to ask. Will selling right now actually make your life better? Will it make your finances better? Will it make your day-to-day better? Will it reduce your stress? If the answer isn't a clear yes, you don't sell. You wait, you plan, you play chess, not checkers. Now, maybe you're thinking, but I've got equity. I could pull out $300K right now. Totally cool. But here's a smarter move. Take out a second mortgage, use a HELOC, access the equity without giving up the asset, rent out the house, cash flow it, use the money to buy a home you actually want. Don't sell a good home just to chase another when you could have both. That's what I've done. 15 properties in the last 8 years. And the biggest wins, the ones I've held the longest. Not flipped, not sold, but held. You make money in real estate, not by timing the market, but by spending time in the market. Because wealth in real estate is made over time. Let me get more real with you. I've made mistakes, big ones. I bought when I should have stopped, got greedy, took on too much. One property caught fire, sucked my cash like a vacuum cleaner. 4 years, still not refinanced, but I didn't sell because I've learned some short-term pain for long-term gain. That's the move. And if you're debating it right now, sitting on a property you're tired of, you hate your neighbors, you're bored of the layout, I get it. But selling out of boredom is financial suicide, especially in this market. So here's your real play. Pause, get strategic, think in decades, not months. And if you're still on the fence, let's talk. Book a free strategy call with me. We'll run through your numbers, lay out your options, and I'll tell you straight whether selling makes sense or whether you should hold on. There's a link in the description or drop me a DM that says sell. Zero pressure, just clarity. And if you're not ready to sell, download my free seller's guide. It's stacked with everything I tell my private clients when it comes to upgrades to make, what to skip, and how to price in a high rate environment like we're in right now. That guide, totally free. The link is in my bio or down below. So grab your copy. Back to it. A lot of you are trying to time the market, sell at the top, buy at the bottom. But let me be blunt. That almost never works out. If you're thinking, I'll sell now, rent for a while, then scoop up a deal later after the market crashes, let me tell you what actually happens. You sell, you rent, you bleed cash, aka you're paying someone else's mortgage and making them rich, not yourself. The market flattens, then it creeps back up suddenly, and the home you want costs more. Rates may still be high, and now your monthly costs are even worse. You've lost your primary, you've lost your leverage, and you're locked out. Don't be that guy. I've worked with dozens who have tried it. Almost none of them came out ahead. Now, here's a mindset shift. If the value of your home drops, you don't need to make the money back there. Let the house go. Earn it back in a better one that's more suitable for your life. The one that actually fits your life and the one that has more upside. It's like a bad stock. You bought it, it tanked, and now you're going to wait for it to rebound. Or you sell it and buy something better with better fundamentals. It's called the sunk cost. Make peace with it, move forward, play offense, not defense. That's how smart sellers win. But you've got to do it right and start with guidance. This isn't a market to wing it. You need a real plan, a real strategy, and the right advisor. That's where I come in. If you want a list, I'll show you how to do it for maximum ROI. If you're better off holding, I'll tell you that too. No pressure, just the truth. Again, the link to my seller guide can be found below. For any of you homeowners out there who are feeling the pinch, let me say this clearly. There's never been a point in time in my entire life where holding Canadian real estate for 10 years did not make you money. Not once. Not in the 1980s, not in the 1990s, not in 2008, not during COVID, not ever. If you held for 10 years or more, you won every single time. Even if the timing was bad, even if you bought at the peak, even if it felt like a mistake after you purchased. Year 10 told a very different story. That's how real estate works in this country. It rewards patience, it punishes panic, but most sellers, they panic. They sell too early, they cut off a compounding asset because the media said prices might fall. Well, guess what? Prices always fall, and then they recover. And then they rise, then they surge, and the only ones who win are the ones who are still holding on. So ask yourself, are you holding something valuable? If the answer is yes, then don't sell it out of fear, sell it out of strategy. Sell it for something better, sell it for progress, not panic. Because if you're just selling to time the market, stop. You're not an economist, neither am I, but I'm someone who studies this market relentlessly. And I'll tell you this, trying to time the market is a rookie move. Real estate is a slow game that pays the patient. In Hamilton right now, inventory is at a 10-year high. Buyer demand is low, interest rates are high, and everyone is watching, waiting. You know what that means? Confusion, uncertainty, bad decisions, but not for you. Not if you're smart, not if you hold or sell for a reason. Because if you sell today, you better have a damn good reason and a great plan in place. Not a feeling, not a hunch, a plan. And if you don't, let's build one together. Click the link below, book a strategy call, and grab my free seller's guide. Everything you need to sell quickly and profitably is in there. I promise you that. In this market, the wrong move, it's going to cost you. Bad pricing, weak launch, wrong agent, wrong reasons, they all add up. And suddenly you're selling $1 million home for $950K, then $920, then $900, then $850. Then you cancel the listing. Then what? You're stuck. So don't list unless you're ready. Don't sell unless it makes sense. Don't panic. Be patient. You live in Canada. You own real estate. Time is on your side, even if the next 6 months suck, even if rates stay high, even if prices wobble. 10 years from now, you'll look back and you'll be glad you held. Or you'll be the person who says, I used to own a house on that street, but I sold it during a market dip. Don't be that story. That story hurts. I've watched it play out over and over again. So slow down. If your current house doesn't work for you, let's talk about better options. Maybe you rent it, maybe you pull the equity out, maybe you trade up. But we don't sell blind. We don't sell with emotion, and we don't sell just to see what happens. That's what amateurs do, and you're not an amateur. You're a seller with leverage, so use it. In a buyer's market, and make no mistake, this is a buyer's market. Even if the prices haven't crashed, buyers know they have the power. They wait, they lowball, they test you, and if you blink, you lose. You want to beat that. You want to prep with precision. You want to list like a sniper, and you don't move unless it makes sense. That's the mindset. And if you don't have that mindset yet, that's why you need to call me. Free strategy call, links in the description. I'll let you know if now is a good time, a bad time, where the market is, and exactly what impact that has had on your house. And if you're not ready for that, grab the free guide. Same link. It will show you the most important thing that most sellers never learn. You don't get rich when you sell. You get rich when you hold. Selling just unlocks it. But timing, preparation, and strategy, that's how you control it. So if you're thinking about selling, ask yourself, is now the time to lock in wealth or just to make a rush move? Because if it's the second one, wait. Or build a better plan. The goal isn't to sell, it's to build, to scale, to move forward. And in Canadian real estate, it always comes back to one thing. Hold, and when the time comes, sell smart, never scared.